Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and another dinosaur related video that, with the dinosaur we shall be covering today, going by the name of Iguanodon, with the actual name translating to iguana tooth. Overall though, Iguanodon was a large bulky herbivore, which possessed a unique thumb spike that was most likely used against predators, such as Tyrannosaurus rex possibly. Iguanodon was happily munching upon plant matter during a time known as the Cretaceous period, some 125 million years ago. Iguanodon had a quite wide geographic distribution, ranging from Asia, Europe and North America. It is estimated that Iguanodon could attain lengths of up to 10 to 13 metres, or 43 foot long, with the average weight being roughly 3.5 tonnes or 3,500 kilograms. Iguanodon was a herbivore and, much like its name suggests, had very similar teeth to a modern day iguana. Well, this is certainly quite an unusual picture, but in actual fact, ladies and gents, this is what paleontologists actually used to think Iguanodon looked like. Although Richard Owen was a fantastic naturalist and a great paleontologist, his actual interpretation of what Iguanodon resembled was in fact incorrect. Iguanodon's quite known for its famous thumb spike, and in this photo you can quite clearly see the thumb spike is not visible, as paleontologists initially thought the thumb spike was actually a horn. This is just a really famous picture which you might see in some of your old dinosaur books, especially about Iguanodon. This is famous drawing is from the 1853 banquet on New Year's Eve, where the event was hosted within an actual Iguanodon cast. Richard Owen was present, one of the most famous paleontologists and naturalists at the time, so I'm pretty sure he actually started the Natural History Museum. Buckland, one of the other names you can see mentioned on the left, was the person that was actually commissioned to create these fantastic, very inaccurate but fantastic concepts of what Iguanodon actually looked like. Now ladies and gentlemen, this drawing, which I think is a quite nice drawing and I'm pretty fond of it actually, is a far more accurate interpretation of what Iguanodon would actually have looked like. Iguanodon is only the second ever dinosaur at the time, or non-avian dinosaur, to be named and classified by science. The genus was named in 1825 by English geologist Gideon Mantell, based on fossil specimens that have now been assigned to different genera and species. Iguanodon was only beaten by Megalosaurus, with the name Megalosaurus meaning great lizard, which was the first non-avian dinosaur to ever be discovered in the year of 1824. Here are just some giant thumb-sized facts for you, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoy. As I said before in the video, Megalosaurus, meaning great lizard, is the only non-avian dinosaur to be discovered before Iguanodon. Iguanodon, unlike many herbivores, would have been able to actually run on two legs, making it bipedal, or like a biped, which this gave it quite a unique advantage. It probably could have actually foraged higher up for different vegetation, and it would have probably given it a higher top speed when invading predators such as possible tyrannosaurs, different theropod species and possibly raptor species it would have come in contact with. And also, and I was quite surprised at this myself, no one actually truly knows how the thumb spike of Iguanodon evolved, although some paleontologists and scientists suggest it was either used for defence, which is quite a reasonable choice, which I think is personally the most likely choice. It could have been used for foraging for different sources of vegetation, and it was perhaps used for sexual dimorphism, like differentiating and telling the difference between males and females. For example, a form of sexual dimorphism would be that generally female spiders are way larger than male spiders. So that's just a little example for you there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I spoke a little bit about the thumb spike previously, but overall it is one of the most standout features of Iguanodon, although in fact it was actually originally mistaken for a horn, which was quite an awful mistake at the time. As we said before, no scientists fully actually know why it evolved, but they speculate on its purpose still. I personally think it was used for defence, because it would have been quite a dangerous and effective weapon against possible predators. It could have been used for foraging and breaking up vegetation, which was another potential use of the thumb spike. And finally, an interesting method or adaptation of the thumb spike, which I spoke about before, was like the differentiating between male and female iguanodons. For example, they both might have had thumb spikes, but the male iguanodons might have had much larger thumb spikes, possibly to attract females. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Iguanodon, in my opinion, is perhaps one of the more famous dinosaurs, but he probably isn't as famous as like Tyrannosaurus Rex, Velociraptor, Stegosaurus and your Triceratops. Probably throw Brachiosaurus into the mix as well. But it does have a lot of rich history behind it overall, being the fact it was only the second ever non-avian dinosaur to actually ever been discovered and classified. Overall though, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment, like and subscribe, and also feel free to check out my other animal videos regarding just generally modern day animal species, dinosaur species and other prehistoric species. And I hope you enjoy them all as well. But as always, have a good day, or night, evening, and enjoy yourself. I hope this was very informative for you, and goodbye.